time for wins on a Wednesday. Last minute betting. Let's do it. We got Jabari with us today. Oh, man, what do we got tonight, guys? NHL. We've got Major League Baseball playoffs. WNBA finals. What else we got, Mike? Anything else?
I mean, those are the big ones.
College football. I mean, we're all over the place today. All kinds of things out there, folks. And by the way, don't forget the 300 for 300 by PointsBet. New users, bet $300, get $300 worth of free bets. New users, link is below in the description. Also, that OddsJam Partner Program. Get in on it, share the link, get your friends in on it. 50% revenue share, man. You can make some money sports betting and beyond. All right. So we're just talking off air, guys. And by the way, welcome to the bowl. But last night, I took a live bet on the show, and I took Nashville plus 1.5, Jabari. And this is why this is different than any other sport. You lose by the hook more in hockey than any other sport. And I'll argue this with anybody till the ends of my day. Because of why? Because they pull the friggin' goalie, right? So Nashville is down 4-3. All right. They've got the puck in their offensive zone. Somehow Tampa gets it. And with 1.2 seconds left into the empty net. And guess what? I went for minus 1.5 or plus 1.5. They lost by 2. I lose the bet. Later on that night, I had the Penguins and the Blackhawks over 6.5. Final score 4-2. And Mike had the Penguins minus 1.5, and they lost the game completely. So,
yeah.
but
well, I will give you maybe last second hooks, because of the pool and the goalie in the NHL. I mean, you have that happen a lot. Those last second goals that happen. So maybe last second, but I mean, winning and losing by the hook definitely happens everywhere. But yeah, I mean, as far as last second hooks, yes, I've had that happen a lot in the NHL.
It is more frequent. Last year, I lost 3 games within a 4-day period, all by the hook, within 9 seconds combined of winning all 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean that. Those you hate those. But you love them. You love them if you was on the other end, right?
I say it every year.
Bay minus 1.5 last night was like, great call.
Yeah. You
great
win.
Call.
You win by the hook and you lose by the hook in the NHL more than any other sport, I think. Jabari, you tend to disagree. You think it's in the NFL more, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's in the NFL. Just to give you some statistics here, and this isn't just me. This is the whole community here, right? So we had Zay Flowers. This was September the 24th. So I was on the brink of like a $1,000 day, mind you. We had already made like $512, like in the Discord alone. We were on the way to $1,000 day. Zay Flowers at 48.5 receiving yards. He stopped at 48 on the dot. Daniel Jones at 32.5 pass attempts. He stopped at 32 on the dot. We had a punter. It was at 4.5 punts. He stopped at 5. I mean, I could just go down the list of hooks. I have a 6-man of all 6 of them hooking from October the 1st. Every single one of them missed by 1 or a half.
Okay, now if we're going to take player props into consideration, shots on goal and point,
even
it's going to be
bets.
crazy. But if you're just talking about mainline betting, I think the NHL has it topped because of the fact that they don't have a point spread. It's a puck line. and
It's essentially the same thing, though. It's the same
yeah,
thing. Mathematically speaking, it is the same.
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
it's the same thing.
It's the same. It's the same thing as baseball. Like it's a run line instead of a spread. It's mathematically the same thing.
The difference in baseball is they have bullpens that fall apart, and yeah, you win by the hook some, you lose by the hook some, but man, not like you do in hockey. You start watching it every day, you will find out. Bet it every single day, Jabari, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's crazy. But let's talk a little NFL.
Okay.
Detroit Lions been talking how they were going to be the team to beat in the NFC North. And I've said I'm going to bring it up again. Jordan Love is not going to be a great quarterback. I'm not even sure he's going to be a good quarterback. Not impressed with the kid at all. Sorry, never have been, never will be until he proves himself. I think Detroit, that division is theirs. They own it right now. They could own that division. What do you guys think?
I'm going to let Mike start this one off.
Well, I mean, I've told you, Bob, time and time again with Jordan Love. I mean, the jury's still out there. I'm not willing to write him off completely yet. Yes, he had a horrible game against the Raiders, terrible interception, 3 interceptions for the game. He has shown some signs that he can ball a little bit too. So I'm not going to jump the gun that early on Jordan Love. I agree. The Lions definitely look like the team to beat in that division right now. No two ways about it. A lot of people thought that even coming into the season, because Detroit has been on the rise. Now, in terms of, writing off Jordan Love completely, nah, I'm not going to quite yet, Bob.
I'm not going to either.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm going to tell you this. He won't be as good as Alex Smith.
Oh, I mean, look.
Oh, I said
as a 49ers fan, Alex Smith was not bad. He was not bad. Like, he's definitely not going to the Hall of Fame. But Alex Smith was definitely a quarterback you wanted on your team. At the time, he was playing quarterback, and even now, he could start on any team. So
Jordan Love is not at that kind of level.
He is. I'll say it like this: he's going to be a work in progress. I know he has already been sitting behind Aaron for 1 to 2 years, but that team is just. The O-line's out. Bakhtiari's been out for quite a bit of time. They have a patchwork line they're trying to put together. In addition to, they have no wide receivers. That has not changed. That's why Aaron left. They don't have any wide receivers at all. So he don't have anybody to throw to. And then Aaron Jones is constantly out, so they can't run the ball either. So I mean, he's doing what he can right now.
Exactly. I mean, Bob's just wanting to hope that he was on to something with Jordan Love and that he's right at some point. I mean, again, you're not going to talk to us in a week and we're going to change our stance.
I'll give you a counterpoint, Bob. I'll give you a counterpoint. If he had at least a consistent running back and someone to throw to, he would be as good as Desmond Ridder is to the public right now. Everybody thinks Desmond Ridder has the talent to be a great quarterback. Jordan Love would be Desmond Ridder.
I agree with that 100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, now I'm just.
Oh, there's the internet.
Oh, hang on.
All right.
He's back.
Just going to say this real quick.
He cuts out and then he comes back.
You take a look at Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, okay? And here's what I want you to understand. Watch where and how the guy is throwing the football. He made a throw to Deebo Samuel the other day over the linebacker to a spot that Samuel hadn't even gotten to yet. And Samuel completed the play.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a beautiful throw. That is a very difficult throw to make. I don't see Jordan Love having the ability to make that kind of throw. Does he have an arm? No two ways about it. Does he have legs? Yes. Is he a better athlete? Absolutely. That does not make him a better quarterback.
Okay.
Not make him a better quarterback.
Well, I mean,
we could have said the same thing about Trey Lance. Better athlete? Yes. Does he have an arm? Yes. Better athlete than Brock Purdy? Absolutely.
Right.
However, Brock Purdy just has a better QB brain. It's that simple.
Well, let's just take a look at what Justin says here. Packers were foolish taking Jordan Love over Jalen Hurts?
I don't think they were, because I think Jalen Hurts wouldn't be Jalen Hurts without the Eagles system that he's in. I would also like to add that the Detroit Lions are actually in third in the NFC standings, just in general. They're 4-1. After they beat the Chiefs in Kansas City, they put the whole league on notice, and they've been on a tear ever since. Personally, in my personal opinion, if they don't get to at least the second round of play, even if they get out second round of playoffs, that team is successful to me. And Dan Campbell really should win Coach of the Year, because he's turned this program around in 2 years. When Matt Patricia couldn't even do it, he came in there, tried to do it, and they were garbage. And Dan Campbell came in there and did it with Jared Goff. That's all I'm saying.
All right, very quickly here.
Who people thought Jared Goff was, I mean, who wants him, right? You know?
Exactly.
And now look, he's like the old Jared Goff that went to a Super Bowl with the Rams. You know, it's like, I mean, you got to.
Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl.
I mean,
yeah,
but Matthew Stafford took them to the Super Bowl and won it. Jared Goff just helped them get to the Super Bowl, and he lost it for him. So I don't. There's a difference there, just a little bit.
Well, actually, you know what? Now I'm going to totally disagree with you. He didn't lose that Super Bowl from them. McVay did. Why did you not use Todd Gurley?
He's banged up.
Todd Gurley's knees were falling off the bone.
He's banged up.
You got to at least use him somewhat.
I mean, I think they tried what they could. I mean, didn't he?
He was already injury prone. His knees were falling off the bone. Man, he then retired 2 years after that.
Yeah, 2 years down the road. I understand that. He was a St. Louis Ram. They drafted him, bro. I know. But you know what? He was one of the reasons they ever got there in the first place. Todd Gurley that year was a big reason, a part of their offense. And I'm going to say this right now. It looked like McVay pulled a Mike Martz with Marshall Faulk in 2001. Looked like the same damn thing. You got to have.
He was hurt, Bob. He was hurt.
Get him out.
Bob, he was hurt. He was hurt. I mean, he was hurt.
Yeah, you can't do anything when your knees are falling.
Yeah, he was hurt, man.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are both wrong. He was hurt, but if you remember, let me finish. If you remember the post-game comments, Todd Gurley was not happy that he didn't get the ball, guys. Even though he was hurt, he was a stud running back. You could have put him out in the flat and give him a little pass, and it got 5 or 6 yards, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They ruined that Super Bowl.
This is the conversations I like, right? Okay. These are the conversations I like, right? And we're not going to stay on football the whole time, I promise, guys. Todd Gurley had 10 carries for 35 yards in that Super Bowl. 10 carries for 35 yards. Sony Michel had 18 carries for 94 yards and a TD. Tom Brady didn't even throw a touchdown in that Super Bowl. They did nothing on the ground. The Patriots were mauling them on the ground. Matter of fact, the Rams only scored 3 points the whole game.
I know that.
So nobody helped them win that Super Bowl. They couldn't get anything going on offense. Brandon Cooks was the only person really doing anything. Everybody else was getting cooked.
I got people backing me up here. I agree with Bob on that. Yeah. Gurley was willing to have no legs if it meant he won the Super Bowl.
But he had 10 carries. He
had enough carries.
That 10 carries, 35 yards. It's pretty obvious that we don't want to give him 10 more carries and get 30 more yards. I mean, at some point, you got to go somewhere else.
I'm sorry. Any running back that's worth their weight, is not going to want the ball only 10 times in a game.
All right, I'm going to give you some statistics because I'm going to just give you some statistics, right? In 10 carries for 37 yards, 13 carries for 82 yards, and 10 carries for 65 yards. Those numbers are from Raheem Mostert this year, who is the number 2 running back in the league, partly because he has 18 carries for 121 yards. But even in 13 carries, you have 82 yards, 65 yards, 6.5 yards a carry, 3.5 yards a carry. We can't do anything with that. You're almost on the brink of not even getting a first down per 4 times you run the ball. Like, you would have to run the ball 4 times just to get a first down.
Let me tell you something, boys. I'm guess I'm an older school guy, and I'll go old school back to Emmitt Smith and Marshall Faulk. Do you know how many times Marshall Faulk was held down in the first half? But you know what they did? They kept running the
healthy,
ball.
yeah, but
Because
Todd Gurley was hurt, Bob.
Even when Marshall was not healthy, he still got the majority of his yards in the second half of games. The other thing is that Gurley could catch the ball out of the backfield. You didn't use him in that capacity. That's all on Sean McVay.
I mean, I disagree because Jared Goff loved passing to people out of the backfield because he couldn't go deep. So that's not really true. The only person that really caught anything because they were shutting everything down coming out of the backfield was Brandon Cooks because they were leaving the top off. They were just shutting everything underneath down for Jared. And that's why he threw an interception. Like it was a completely, both of them had very good defenses. And I would argue that the Rams probably had the better run stopping defense. Again, here we come into the point. Marshawn Lynch, right? 15 attempts on 39 rushing yards. That was the year they won the Super Bowl against Denver. The year against New England, he had 24 rushing attempts for 102 yards. A lot more production there, even though he's getting twice the many carries, but he had 100 yards. And he only had one reception for 31 yards. So we're talking about Marshall Faulk, Emmitt Smith, Marshawn. We could talk about Barry Sanders. You could talk about any other running back. They were not Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley has had a great regular season. Don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean you're going to have an absolutely phenomenal Super Bowl. That is where stars are made. And if you don't show up when your team needs you, I'm sorry. Even if your knees are falling off the bone, OBJ tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, but he still had some catches. He still helped them win. So, I mean, as far we let's call a spade. Let's say fair is fair. He did not run the ball efficiently during the Super Bowl.
We're okay.
Agree.
100%. We will not argue anymore. I'm telling you right now, Sean McVay got totally outcoached. It was not. You said Jared Goff. It was like it was his fault. Sorry, Jabari, I totally disagree. That Super Bowl was Sean McVay's fault. Sean McVay got outcoached by Bill Belichick and McDaniel. Right.
I say the same thing when Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Super Bowl. I stand by my statement. Jimmy G did not do anything to help them win that Super Bowl either when we went and played the Rams. Jimmy G was missing deep throws. Sure, on paper, he might have 200 yards, no touchdowns, one interception, but that's not helping your team win. Tom Brady did the same thing. He didn't help his team win the Super Bowl. The defense won the Super Bowl for him. Tom Brady had the same stats as Jared Goff did. Neither one of them helped them win. Sonny Michel put the team on his back. He had almost 100 yards rushing and a TD, and the defense helped them win. I'm sorry, let's call a spade a spade. Both of them played like garbage, but Tom just had the better defense.
And once again, Belichick outcoached McVay. Here we go. All right. Let's talk thoughts on Canadians and Maple Leafs over 6.5. I like that tonight.
It's not bad. I like it.
I would roll with it. Oilers money line. Who are they playing tonight?
Edmonton is playing. Edmonton's not playing tonight, are they? I don't see them in. Yeah, they are. Canucks. I definitely like the Oilers tonight. The Oilers have something to prove. They really do.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to prove it because until we see it, we don't believe it, right? I mean,
I got people wanting hockey videos. Jordan Thackeray, bring them back. You know what? I'm thinking about it. I may do a Todd Gurley video. If Gurley said they should have thought twice before giving the big contract. Well, that was kind of after. Any last-minute bets? Yes, we got to get to them. Goff had a broken finger or something, too. I don't know. Who knows? We've argued that point too much. Mike, why don't you take over and see if you could find some last-minute bets here for these people on the Positive EV page.
Yeah, I'll jump over here real quick and see what's going on. I will say this. Do we think Houston closes it out tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
I do too.
Minnesota hasn't showed any life, personally.
Yeah, I loved the Astros yesterday, and I do think that there's probably a high probability they close it out tonight.
Jordan has been absolutely smacking.
Oh, yeah, baby. Player RBIs, you got to jump on that, Jabari. If you can find a book that's got player RBIs, all he's got to do is get an RBI. It's plus money every day.
Jake DeBrusque over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 100 on Fliff does look solid. I will roll with that. I definitely like that play. And there was a Joe Ryan play I'm looking at under 14. I mean, we're on Houston. I think Houston's going to get to Joe Ryan pretty early. I mean, we saw yesterday first inning piling on 4 runs. I think Houston is. I think they're going to get on Joe Ryan pretty early today. I'm going to go with this play. I know 14.5.
That's less than 5 innings.
I really do. I think Houston will get to him.
I like it.
You got Taylor Hall over 2.5 player shots on goal tonight, plus 125. While we're on Fliff, we may as well add that and go lock that in.
Mike, you got Circa on your books in Illinois yet? I know I have. Okay, you should get him in there because Circa is going to have really good lines. They don't have any bonuses, promos, things like that. They're just kind of a straight up book. But if you want to find a book, they're good. They're a pretty good book.
Yeah, his Nylander play looks good over 3.5 player shots on goal. I think we'll go with that. We're on the over tonight anyway, so we expect to see some shots. So
I love it.
I think we can go with that too.
My favorite NHL player prop is player shots on goal. I'd rather bet that than anything. Oh, the Connor Bedard play over 2.5. Did you hit that one yet?
No, minus 185 on Fliff.
I
know. Pretty good still. I mean, I know it's minus 185, but you can see you got DraftKings and FanDuel. They're not giving you anything on that hardly.
I put about 3.
I'll smash that.
Yeah, and boy, did he they did the job last night. All right. Jordan says, while you guys were talking football, Philly scored 6 runs in the 3rd.
Oh my
goodness.
Bye Braves, maybe.
Not yet.
No, I know. I'm jumping the gun, I guess, but golly, man.
No, they go down 2-1. It's pretty much over.
I'm thinking so too. I mean, it is Atlanta. They get it
because they have another game in Philly. So if they
Philly, yes,
here, it's 6-1 right now.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough for Atlanta to.
Harper with a home run and 3 RBIs. Once again, guys, I told you. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I wrote Alvarez and Harper last year on player RBIs. Well, guess what I'm doing this year? I'm riding them again. They're coming through.
Oh, yeah.
You just
got playoff performers here. I mean, Bryce Harper definitely performs in the playoffs. Alvarez is a playoff performer for sure. We've seen that time and time again. I mean, I don't blame you for riding those two right now. And, we could be setting up for a Phillies-Astros rematch even, I mean, who knows at this point.
Yeah, Dodgers about to lose too. They're down 2-0. So this is real wild.
That one may be done.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I honestly don't know. But Dodgers are gonna have to make a heck of a comeback. They were a great batting team during the regular season, so I don't know why they're slumping so bad. They got beat by 9 in the first game, beat by 2 in the second, and you're in Arizona now, so your 2 home games are gone.
Yeah,
you lose these 2, it's over. So
you lose. You lose one of them because these are best of 5 series.
Yeah,
Real Muto with a couple RBIs and Castellanos hit a solo home.
I mean, their big dogs are stepping up. That's what the Phillies, Harper, Schwarber. Now you got Turner in the mix. Castellanos is a big time too. I mean, Philadelphia. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt if it's Arizona and Philadelphia is winning that series. I think. I mean, maybe we're counting out the D-backs, but I don't think they will beat the Phillies, man. I really don't.
Does Bryce Harper have a championship? I don't think he does, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I want him to.
Oh, yes.
What team is he?
Nationals.
What year did they go?
2019 was it?
I think so.
But I thought he left the Nationals in 2018.
I'm pretty sure. Well, you know what? You might be right.
No, he had
Because if he doesn't have one now, I want him to win this one. Because I feel like he deserves it. He's been a great ball player his whole career. This is the only thing that's missing off of his resume.
No, he is not. You are absolutely right.
Okay.
That's right. It was without him in 2019.
Yeah, they literally, I remember that because I felt bad for him. I think I tweeted that.
That's right.
And it's literally the year you left, and they went and won a ring.
That's right.
Who was their big performer that year?
It was
Rendon. Anthony Rendon.
And then the center fielder. What the heck was his name?
Well, Trey Turner was there still, right, in 2019?
Was there too. I'm trying to remember who played center field, who hit some big home runs.
Yeah, I can't remember.
By the way, did you guys know, how do you say his name? Darnod or Darnod, the catcher for the Braves? Darno. He is.
We know who. They're big. Juan Soto, guys.
That's right.
It was Soto.
I forgot he was on that team.
Yeah, he was a rookie. Yeah. It was his rookie year.
Yeah,
that's right. He was big. Yes, that's right.
They swept my Cardinals that year. I remember.
Yes, they did in the NLCS. Swept them.
All right, so Darno is one home run away from having tying for the most postseason home runs ever by a catcher. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'm not big on the Phillies bullpen, guys.
I mean, right now, Justin, it seems like
I would be careful with that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna make an executive call here. I would be careful because they need this game. This is a must-win game for them. They don't have a choice but to start swinging. They don't have a choice. Yeah. So taking an under 1.5 bases, you're gonna need to be at the mercy of the pitcher. So
here he is, Edgar Covarrubias. What's up?
Edgar's in the building. What is up, Phillies? Yeah, looks like Phillies are about to go up 2-1. And in all honesty, that thing's probably over, in my opinion. This, as good as the Braves have been this year, this is a team that was just in the World Series last year. They're still a good team. They got hot. They once again got that wild card best of 3 series and swept it and got hot, riding the momentum. So, I mean, if you're the Braves, you go down 2-1. I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's over. It's over.
Well, I don't want to think that, but, you know.
Oh, I believe that 100%.
You got to get past the bullpen of the Phillies. All right, let me do this real quick. Tony and I have some picks for the Shriners this weekend. And hang on a second here. I'm going to make sure that I get this right. There we go. Here's our outrights. Siwoo Kim, Cam Davis, Adam Schenk, Hadwin, Putnam, and Naismith. Top 5, Schenk and Hadwin. Top 10, Tom Kim. This guy's name is actually Oberg. Siwoo Kim and Naismith. And then our top 20s are Cam Davis, Putnam, List, Chesson Hadley, Montgomery, Eckroat, Dahman, and Harry Hall. There you go. That is the Golf Gurus picks for this. You know, we're in, Jabbar, you know that we're in the fall
golf
FedEx,
yeah.
FedEx Championship. First year they've had it. Ought to be interesting.
Is it because of the merger?
No, it had nothing to do with that. Something that this is all PGA. Okay. Do you guys place any NBA preseason player props?
I was already on it. I'm looking at it right now to see if there's anything that really piques my interest. Prize Picks doesn't really have much up. I'm checking Underdog right now. Not really anything that's really piquing my interest. Maybe one thing, got Tyrese Maxey over 18.5 points. Not bad. De'Aaron, I don't know if I really take him over 14.5. AD, I don't think he plays a lot either. So to be honest, there's not really even much up on the board right now for preseason as far as to what I can see. So just play that as sparingly as you can. But the only thing I honestly really like at all right now is Tyrese Maxey over 18.5.
Okay. I got a question for you guys. This is for live betting. I want an answer from you guys. Also, are you wanting to put together a parlay for today?
Not today.
Okay. All
Nothing I'm
really fiending for. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Not at all.
So I want to pull up the sportsbook screen here real quick, guys. Let me share my screen. I know I did this yesterday and it didn't pan out too well. We've given away some free trials for the sportsbook screen. But let me go to MLB. I'm just going to ask a question here, okay? I'm going to the run line of this game. Right now, you could get the Braves plus 5.5 at normal juice, guys, minus 110. And here, FanDuel has it at plus 102. My question to you is, would you take that? Remember what happened last game, the comeback.
I mean, I do think that maybe that's worth a little sprinkle on. I mean, the Braves are going to start to get a little desperate here and try to do something. Phillies do have a pretty good bullpen though, so that's worrisome. But I mean, I would probably roll with it. I would assume that the Braves maybe get a couple of runs and then maybe the Phillies get a nut. It'll be close. It'll be close.
Okay. Well, I'm jumping on it.
Yeah, I think it's worth a sprinkle as well. Like I said, Atlanta, they don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice at this point. You need to, start making a comeback at some point. I mean, Nola's on fire right now. He's got 7 Ks under 70 pitches. So
I know. Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, even 1 or 2 of those, and we hit that line. So if they can just keep the Phillies to 6, we'll be okay.
Right. I agree with you 100%, and that's what I did.
Same to you, Justin. Yeah, yesterday was rough. I mean, definitely a rough night yesterday. But we'll try to get at it tonight and make some money, boys. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. I had to throw that one. That's great. The sportsbook screen is great. If you're watching these games live, it'll really, really help you out a lot. That's for sure. Okay. Thursday night football. Thoughts on this matchup tomorrow night, guys? Real quick, let's do a very quick NFL preview for tomorrow night's game.
I mean, Kansas City, Denver. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about there. I don't feel garbage game probably.
Did they cover? 10.5 is the spread, Jabari.
I would consider Denver plus 10.5.
Yeah, I probably
a short week.
Yeah,
but I'm not feeling it like, oh man, that's a hell of a play. That's probably what I would roll with. Justin just asked that. Would you guys take Broncos plus 10.5? Yeah, I probably would, Justin. So
yeah, I think that's probably a decent play. It doesn't seem like the Chiefs have come out guns a-blazing so far this year. So no parlay tonight. One other thing I want to cover here real quick with Jabari. Mike's going, are you ever going to end this show? No. Jabari, very quickly, have you noticed on Prime? This is important stuff, Mike. On the Fantasy Optimizer, we've been seeing some NFL plays that have had combos in touchdowns, and the number is only a half a touchdown. So they got a score between the two of them, like Kamara and somebody else was on the other day. Mm-hmm. Have you checked out those plays? They're hitting really good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, eventually PrizePicks will probably adjust those lines, but yeah, I've even caught one with McCaffrey, and I think it was McCaffrey and somebody else. It was at 1.5, but it was still kind of a no-brainer.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it works. Definitely something to look into. Yeah, I don't see why not personally.
Okay. All right. That's what we got, folks. That's what we got. By the way, Jabari, I've been using your strategy on Price Picks, and it's been working pretty good. And I've been telling other people to use it, and they like it. So let's keep it going. Thanks, folks, for joining us. Mike's got business to take care of, I think. Who knows? You got to make some bets, Mike.